So after UFC 298, Alexander Volkanovski has come out and said that he wants to rematch Ilia Topuria in Spain. And this is the silliest idea ever, and there should not be a rematch whatsoever. If you're a Volk fan like me, a big Volk fan, why do you want to see this guy rematch Ilia Topuria? At the end of the day, I feel like this loss is going to age really well for Volkanovski. I feel like Ilia Topuria has the potential to go on and be one of the greatest featherweights, if not the greatest featherweight of all time in a few years. And realistically, this is just such a bad idea for Volkanovski. First of all, we'll start on the topic of brain damage. Do you want to see Volkanovski get knocked out again? Do you honestly really want to see him get sparked out cold? Because everything that we said that Volkanovski may do well over Topuria did not happen. The leg kicks didn't affect him. The jab didn't affect him. Even the fight IQ really didn't affect Topuria. Even when Volkanovski was winning till he wasn't. You know what I mean? I can't remember where I heard that and I saw that, but it's a great analogy. Volkanovski was winning the fight until he wasn't. And I remember watching it thinking, oh, these leg kicks, they're not stinging Topuria like they stung other people. And Topuria was landing heavier leg kicks than Volkanovski. I'm getting sidetracked, but what I'm trying to say is, realistically, Volkanovski, if they fight again, I feel like he gets knocked out quicker. And, he's going to need to take 6 months off after this fight. And he's only getting older. He's not getting any younger. And after 2 knockouts and potentially a third if he takes this fight, he's just going to get more and more brain damage. And moving on to the second part of why I don't want him to take this fight, his legacy right now is still kind of intact, When he fought Islam Makhachev the first time, he went to an all-time classic with Islam Makhachev, all-time classic, all 5 rounds, and his stock actually kind of went up after that fight. Everyone respected Volkanovski because I remember before that fight I thought, fuck, I don't think this even makes it out of the second round. I feel like he's going to get smoked. But he had a legendary performance against Islam Makhachev, and I feel like that was his peak. That was the peak of Volkanovski, I feel like he can't fight a better fight than that ever again. That was the best Volkanovski we'll ever see. Maybe in the fight against Yair Rodriguez as well. That was arguably one of the best Volkanovskis we've ever seen, never. But then the fight after that, he gets knocked out. You can make an argument for getting knocked out on 10 days notice against Islam Makhachev. No one's beaten Islam Makhachev. I don't care, unless you're John Jones or whatever. Unless you weigh 200 plus pounds. No one's knocking Islam Makhachev out or beating him on 10 days notice. So you can excuse that. And moving on to present day, Topuria is probably going to go on to put one of the best featherweight runs together, as long as nothing crazy happens, because I don't see anyone beating him, of all time together. So this loss is going to age quite well. So if he steps away now, you can look back and you can think to be fair, he lost to the best guys. I feel like that's what Volkanovski should do now, and he should take a different route. And if he wants to stay active, which I don't think he should, I think he should have stepped away after this and, not announced retirement maybe there, because you can clearly tell at the post-fight interview, he was hurt on the inside. He was really, really upset, and obviously he'd never lost that featherweight before. I feel like he should have taken some time, and someone should sit him down that's really close to him, because I'm a huge fan, and I don't know the guy, I'm not his family, I'm not his coach, but one of his coaches or his missus or his best friend, or you know what I mean, because that's what your friends and that are there to protect you, and especially when you've got such a big ego and such a huge chip on your shoulder like Volkanovski does, he's just going to want to run this one back and get his get back, and realistically, I feel like he's going to get knocked out quicker in this fight against the next fight against Ilia Topuria than he did in this fight that happened today. And if he retires now, like I said, he can take away that, he is I think he's the best featherweight of all time. I think he snubs out Jose Aldo, and I know that obviously triggers a lot of people. But Jose Aldo was beating up bums at one point, and he pretty much got straight into a title shot when he first rocked up on the scene. And he got beat at age 29 as well. And I think Volkanovski has the chance to pull away now with his legacy intact, with his brain still kind of intact. Because I don't want to see this guy, not be able to spell his name in the next 15 years, because he couldn't let his pride to the side and he fucking gets smoked out 3 times in a row. But if he wants to remain around and stay hungry, he should take some, just some legacy fights, or just some fights that against really dog shit featherweight opponents that he knows that he can beat up, like Bryce Mitchell or some shit, you know what I mean? I don't think he should do this anyway. I feel like he should retire, but I feel like if he's going to take fights, he should just take them and put, the glory days are over. They're never coming back, unfortunately. He should put his pride to the side and fight some low-level featherweights that are in the rankings that can make his resume look good. And then sail off into the sunset and then, I don't know, do some brand deals or some shit with Sportsbet or what's the MyBookie, whatever the American one is. But I feel like someone should sit Volk down and tell him that, I think it's time, bro. I think it's time to hang it up because you're not going to be able to spell your name in 15 years if you keep getting knocked out like this. And I don't think they should do the rematch in Spain. I understand why Ilia Topuria wants to do the rematch. He's fighting the featherweight GOAT, and if he beats him twice, that's just that's twice on his resume that he's fucking knocked out the GOAT. You know what I mean? So that already puts him 3 fights away from Volkanovski and overtaking him. Because if he can beat Max, and then maybe Movsar Evloev, maybe if Arnold Allen gets back into it, like if he knocks all the fighters there, maybe Yair Rodriguez after he beats up Brian Ortega, because I think that's what's going to happen. I feel like he probably overtakes Volkanovski, and I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen. This is exactly what's going to happen. But if Ilia Topuria knocks Alexander Volkanovski out twice in a row, he's fucked. Like, his legacy is so damaged after that, and I just don't want to see that happen. After all the hard work he's put in and to build such an amazing legacy, I just don't want to see that happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I feel like Alexander Volkanovski should just retire right now, sail off into the sunset, and have a good retirement with all the money that he's made, because he's probably made quite a lot of money from being the champion for so long. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.